The murder of Lee was not an isolated incident. It was part of a disturbing trend of hate crimes against Asian Americans across the country amid the COVID-19 pandemic. According to a report by Stop AAPI Hate, a national coalition that tracks such incidents, more than 11,400 hate incidents against Asian Americans have been reported between March 2020 and March. These incidents include verbal and physical assaults, vandalism, and discrimination. Many of them were motivated by racist stereotypes that blame Asian people for the spread of the virus. One of the most shocking examples of anti-Asian violence was the shooting rampage across 3 Asian spas in Atlanta, Georgia. In March, 8 people were killed, 6 of them Asian women. The suspect, a white man, claimed he had a sex addiction and wanted to eliminate his temptation. But many activists and community leaders denounced his actions as a hate crime fueled by misogyny and racism. The Atlanta spa shootings were one of 2 high-profile killings of Asian American women in Manhattan within a month. The other was the stabbing of Young Zheng, a 46-year-old Chinese immigrant who was attacked by 4 men while walking home from work on February 26. Zheng was stabbed multiple times in the chest and abdomen and died at the hospital. The police said the motive was robbery, but some witnesses said they heard racial slurs during the attack. These tragic deaths have sparked outrage and grief among Asian Americans and their allies. They have also raised awareness of the long history of discrimination and violence that Asian Americans have faced in the U.S. From the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 to the Japanese internment camps during World War II, from the murder of Vincent Chin in 1982 to the post-9/11 backlash against South Asians and Muslims, Asian Americans have been scapegoated and targeted for their race, ethnicity, and religion. In response to the surge in anti-Asian hate crimes, President Joe Biden signed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act in March. The law aims to improve data collection and reporting on hate incidents, provide support and resources for victims and communities, and increase accountability for perpetrators. However, some critics argue that the law does not address the root causes of racism and violence, and that it could lead to over-policing and criminalization of marginalized groups. To prevent and combat anti-Asian hate crimes, many advocates and activists call for more education on Asian American history and culture, more investment in community-based programs and services, more solidarity and coalition building with other oppressed groups, and more recognition and celebration of the diversity and contributions of Asian Americans to this country.